Sanliurfa is a city that boasts the 12,000-year-old ruins of Göbekli Tepe, a discovery that changed the history of humanity. From that time onward, it has carried the cultural legacies of many civilizations. It is the place of the first memorial temple, and where the earliest architecture and agriculture emerged. For this reason, it is accepted as the starting point of history. There are evidences left over from the earliest monotheistic and polytheistic religions. It is a mosaic of belief, from paganism all the way to the city of the prophets. From a time before art passed onto the canvas, it is the place where all of the complexity and sophistication of art is displayed on mosaics, and where music found life. It is most likely the site of the first human settlement. Despite thousands of years of cultivation, the Euphrates proved to flow without ceasing on these blessed and boundless lands. The excavations of Göbekli Tepe changed the scientific literature about the early Neolithic era, and human history began to be rewritten. Göbekli Tepe, with its 12,000-year history, is known as the earliest memorial structure, and today receives a flow of visitors from every part of the world. Urfa has hosted many civilizations in its geography since that day. It is home to pagan and Sabaean temples. It is the birthplace of the prophet Abraham, the prophets Moses, Jethro, Jacob, Job, Elisha, all lived here. The prophet Jesus blessed the city, and today it has become an important world center for faith tourism. 2,000 years before Christ, the prophet Abraham was born here, and light began to shine from Haran, from the line of Ishmael. He is the forefather of the Muslim, but through the line of Isaac, he is also the forefather of Jews and Christians. This light spread to the world from Urfa. The prophet Job, a model of patience, suffered his illness and died in a cave in Sanliurfa. Haran, with the ruins of history's oldest university, tomb houses, and Firdevs Mosque, contains rare beauties of Islamic aesthetics and is one of the 3 oldest cities in the world. The surrounding areas of Somatar, Jethro City, and Bazda Caves are exciting and enchanting. The Euphrates, which has flowed joyfully for centuries, brought blessing and richness to this fertile soil that Adam cultivated. The river did not only irrigate Greater Anatolia, but also made Urfa a center for water sports. Kara Ali village has become a touristic center because of its thermal springs, and Karajada ski center has become an irresistible winter tourism location. With a castle inside its historic walls, narrow streets, palace-like decorated stone houses, covered bazaars, inns, mosques, and caves, Old Urfa is always full of the culture that lives there and the spirit that gives its life. The Grand Mosque, Reji Church, Mahmut Nedim House, the Museum of Independence, Parliament House, Mahmutoglu Tower, and historic homes are just a few of these items. The cave where Abraham was born, Balıklıgöl, where Halilur Rahman and Ainu Zeliha lakes are located, is known as an important site for faith tourism. Wandering around this meaningful atmosphere, you will taste true peace. Right next to Balıklıgöl is Halepli, where a 3rd century mosaic is the only one of its kind depicting the Amazon Queen's hunting scenes and the previously known 4 Amazon queens together with their names. The Heron Gate's impressive stance as an entrance to the city within the walls surrounding Old Urfa is truly like a gate into history. Wandering around the narrow streets of Urfa, you will see houses with broad courtyards and pools in the center, grapevines, pomegranate and fig trees, along with traditional birdhouses in the intricate stonework of matchless architectural structures. These historic structures do not only bear the marks of the civilizations that have lived in this geography, they also bring to life its culture. The rich musical culture of Urfa, where church music first spread, those echoing and pensive strains whose bass tones became ballads, and where artists blended, is on display at the Ibrahim Tatlıses Museum of Music. Urfa's cuisine, whose tastes have trickled down from the depths of history, continues to offer an irresistible palette of flavor. Izot, Urfa's roasted red pepper, gives flavor to çiğ köfte, a traditional meatball, murrah, a bitter coffee, and traditional foods originating from the hospitality of Abraham are still on offer. You will experience this pleasure at the Museum of Cuisine, where the Urfa way of life and its culture of food is on display. The side-by-side inns and covered bazaars make up the Inns region, where Urfa's colors, handicrafts, and local treasures are to be found. From the moment you enter the Akhtar Bazaar, the scent of spices will whet your appetite. From one bazaar to another, from one inn and shop to another, the diversity and collage of color will strain you a bit. As you enter the historic Gümrükhanen, the atmosphere you encounter will lift away all of your fatigue. As you sip your coffee or tea, you will witness how Urfa's colors make up this mosaic. Urfa, with so many firsts, is a stunning city, which is home to the ibis, the beautiful-eyed gazelle, pure white doves, the black rose of Halfeti, the southeast's hidden city, and purebred white Arabian horses, all of which have inspired ballads and poems. If you would like to see a city which is the starting point of human history, to walk along the streets where prophets walked, to breathe at the intersection of faith and culture, to experience the hospitality of Abraham and the height of culinary pleasure, and to be lost in the strains of the saz, then create for yourself an opportunity to take a voyage to history's starting place.